It's Fact or Crap time. 3 in a row right, and you're a winner. That's all it takes. They're all true-false statements, fact or crap. We have prizes left for you. We have 3 prizes, so once we get through that, I guess we'll go to something else.
You think?
I've been real loosey-goosey with the prizes this week.
Somebody's getting a digital download.
Yeah.
Is it Despicable Me 4 time already?
Man,
Yeah.
A digital download of Despicable Me.
Then we aren't even sure if they're still good.
I keep hearing this movie Sinners is unbelievably good.
I've heard that as well.
Tom Cruise says, whatever you do, go see Sinners. He went, and he has nothing to do with the movie. He just saw it and loved it.
They are re-releasing it into IMAX, I believe, for a limited run, maybe starting today. Many people have said, in fact, the director has said, that's the best way to see it.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's a big Marvel movie opening today.
What is it?
Thunderbolts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is that what, are y'all interested? Y'all are Marvel fans.
I'm interested.
I am. I've seen, a former colleague, Goat Boy. He gave it a wonderful review.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Well, I
and
trust Goat Boy.
Exactly.
Me too.
He very much knows.
me too.
Yeah. He said people in his theater even loved it and were saying things like Marvel's back, because Marvel's had a streak of pretty bad movies.
Is it in theater only? Can you stream?
I'll stream in a few weeks.
Theater only today.
Right. You'll wait for the streamer.
Yeah.
That's Biggie's thing. Let's go to Luca. His name is Luca.
Is that our little friend?
Let's hope it's our 13-year-old friend, Luca, who has been on our meet and greet here fairly recently. Luca, is that you?
Yep.
All right.
Hey.
Great to have you on, as always. We appreciate you listening. Let's go through 3 in a row here. Fact or crap, in 150 races, there have only been 6 fillies, those are female horses, to win the Kentucky Derby. Fact or crap?
Crap.
I'm sorry, did you say fact or crap? What did he say?
Crap.
Crap.
He said crap.
He's right. 3.
Only 3.
Only 3. The 3 winners of the Kentucky Derby, who are female horses or fillies, Regret in 1915, Genuine Risk in 1980, and Winning Colors in 1988. Last time a filly even ran the Kentucky Derby was 2010, and there are no fillies in the race tomorrow either.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I thought they were half and half, honestly.
Oh, no.
I was unaware.
I think they're just generally smaller horses.
Is that, and then so they
The male thoroughbreds are
those are the faster.
they're the ones. It's a big field. I think there's 20 horses entered.
I'm interested. It snuck up on me this year. It's first Saturday in May every year. I'll be watching, though, if I'm in front of a television.
Yeah.
Wow. We'll alert NBC.
Well, I always hate because it's one of those things that it's like 6 hours long.
I know,
It
but
is.
You only need 2 minutes.
Yeah, and you're just my thing is I'm always worried. I just keep going back and checking it because I'm like, okay, when's the real
I know.
race?
6:57 p.m.
Exactly.
Eastern.
Right.
Yeah.
They say it's a specific. I usually just flip over there at like 6:55.
It used to be 5:30
And they've
p.m., but they
Delayed
they
it.
move it.
Man, it
There's
is
more
a-
pregame and
You're right.
whatever.
All right, 2 more, and you're a winner, Luca. We're cheering for you. Now we gave this one out very early this morning. I don't know if you were listening. Fact or crap? The longest papal conclave. That's the amount of time it takes to choose a new pope. Lasted 13 months. Fact or crap?
Fact.
No, sorry.
Oh, Luca.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Much longer.
3 years. Sorry, Luca. Always good to talk to you, though. Thanks
Yeah.
for
Good
listening.
luck, buddy.
Appreciate it. Chris Demm had it right on the money in November of 1268. Pope Clement IV died, and they took until September of 1271 to replace him with Pope Gregory. And so it took that long. This concluded the conclave after 30-something months.
Yeah.
Is that crazy? Or
It
what?
is.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting. I know you can bet on which cardinal will be elected the next pope, but I wonder if you could also bet on the next name because you get to select your own name
That's right.
as pope.
Yeah.
I bet that'd be too hard. I would think even to bet.
Well,
But that's where the fun is,
the
right?
whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some of them will go old school, some of them will go classic, like John and Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Francis was the first Francis,
It
correct?
was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
But
I
Clement's a cool name. Gregory's a cool
Yeah.
name.
Agreed. On both. So
Yeah.
and you can choose just to keep your own name, I believe, but most choose. Almost all.
Yeah, but you have to pick a saint.
Do you now? Can you not, like, if the next guy is named?
Well, I mean, it's usually a saint.
Almost always.
Yeah.
But if the next guy that
you
goes
can't be Pope Larry.
right, if he's Larry, if his name is
There's probably a St. Lawrence, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think?
well, let's come up with one. Let's say Gilbert.
Hugo.
Okay, Hugo. The next guy's name is Hugo Krzyzewski. Okay, when you go in,
I'm not voting for him.
could you be Pope? You can be Pope Hugo if you want.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
But most of them.
Tradition says, you go with a holy name.
Absolutely. Okay, Joe is on the line to play. Hello, Joe. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Great. 3 in a
Hope
row
you
right.
are.
Very well. 3 in a row right, and you win. Fact or crap? King Olav V of Norway competed in the Olympics not only because he could, but because he was very good at sailing. He won the gold at the 1928 Olympics in Amsterdam. Fact or crap?
I will say that is crap.
No, that is a fact. How about that?
A summer event.
Wow.
A summer
Not
event.
even a winter event.
King Olav of Norway sailed at the 28 Olympics and took gold. That is a stunner. I never heard that before. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Grant is on the line to play. Hello, Grant. How you doing?
Doing good.
Excellent. 3 in a row, right you in. Fact or crap? The exclamation point did not become a standard key on the keyboard until 1950. Before that, you had to type a period, then use the backspace, and go and put an apostrophe above the period on your typewriter. Fact or crap?
Crap.
Correct. 1970. There was no, of course, Tim probably
I
remembers.
remember.
You remember a typewriter
I did.
that was made without
Yeah.
an exclamation point.
I remember
on
my mother doing the backup, making an exclamation point.
it. That's how they teach you to do it. You made an exclamation point. I guess people didn't use the exclamation point as much as they do today.
We weren't that excited.
No, they're much more excited now. 2 more and you're a winner, Grant. Fact or crap? Congress passed a law in 1866 that no living person could appear on currency after an official at the U.S. Treasury snuck himself onto a 5-cent note. Fact or crap?
Crap.
No, that's fact. So President Trump, for instance, could not be on our money.
Not yet.
Thank you, Grant. I
Was
think
that a Lincoln thing?
that was 1866, so he had died. Oh, I bet so. I bet they put Lincoln on the bill shortly after, wouldn't
Yeah.
you think? And then, and did you hear the penny is on its last legs now? They're talking about really getting rid of the penny. That's not speaking of Lincoln.
I believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
I know, me too. But they're saying, and here, this is so me. For years, I've said, get rid of that penny, get rid of it.
Now that we're at the 11th hour,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, but pennies,
I know.
my childhood.
I'm nostalgic for it.
Yeah.
I'm nostalgic for the penny. Even though, Biggie throws pennies away.
Yeah, loose change as a whole, pretty much.
All that medical debt you have, and you're literally throwing money away.
Remember, I told you if it's under 50 cents,
You throw it away.
forget it.
So quarters go under
I'll
the
keep
ground?
a quarter.
Keep a
I'll
quarter.
keep a quarter.
But 3
yeah.
dimes and a nickel, gone.
Eat it.
He just throws it to the ground.
My father is rolling over in his grave. You are literally throwing away currency, even though
Yeah.
you are.
I just hate loose change.
But you're poor.
Yeah, I know. But really, in the grand scheme of things, that 35 cents.
I understand.
If I show up and try to pay that to Novant Health, here's 35 cents.
But if you save that by the end of the year, you could have $6 or $7.
Right?
Again, if I pay, hi Novant, here's $7. You owe us 28,000.
Put it on my account. I'll see you next week.
Zach, hello. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you. Fact or crap? There are several animals that are immune to snake and scorpion venom, including pigs, hedgehogs, and skunks. Fact or crap?
I'll say fact.
It is a fact. I was surprised to hear it about pigs because don't you sometimes see like a python or something eating a pig?
Yes, you do.
You
But
know?
they're not poison.
but
They're
they're
not
not
poison.
venomous,
That's right.
yeah.
It's not venom.
They're
That's-
constrictors.
That's right. That's a good point.
What about the mongoose?
That's the one that always beats the cobra.
That's the from the old tale, the children's tale. I don't remember if it's just a better fighter or if the venom can kill the mongoose.
Now, I've always thought that it was just a better fighter,
Yeah.
that it was able to
That's how I remember it.
kill the snake before the snake gets it.
I'm shocked you guys haven't brought it up. Have you seen the big internet debate at this point? I'm sure you have.
What is the...
A gorilla against 100 men, who wins?
Oh, I have seen that. I take 100 men.
Really?
I think so.
A standard gorilla?
a standard gorilla against 100 men.
Unarmed,
Yeah, oh yeah.
just your fist.
I think we could...
You think you could eventually get enough people to hold down the gorilla?
I do.
Yeah, it's kind of Saving Private Ryan. I mean, the first guy's
Going to
gonna
get it.
sacrifice.
Yeah,
First guy out of the boat's not going to have a good time.
a
Yeah.
bunch of them are going to go. But by the end, if you've got 100
It's just
men,
sheer numbers.
Yeah.
I think... What do you think?
I'm torn. I think so, too. I still think, but it mentally, I mean, because those first couple of guys are going to get limbs torn off. I mean, so when you're running at a gorilla and he's literally throwing a dude's arm at you as you're coming at him, you got to get past that mental block.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the gorilla. Let's not ever stage this. Let's don't ever really do it.
No.
Well, that was our big 4th of July promo.
I'm not taking part. I'm just will not.
And now,
do
of course, it's moved to other animals. You know,
Yeah.
what do you take here?
Listen, Zach is still on the phone.
Oh, all right.
But,
Yeah.
I have another one after that. Zach, hello. How are? We've already done one. Excuse me. Are you ready for your second?
Ready.
Here we go. Fact or crap? There are almost exactly the same number of kangaroos in Australia as people. Both populations, roughly 25 million.
I'll say fact again.
No crap. Kangaroos double the humans. There are 50 million kangaroos, 25 million people. How about that? It's a ton. That's why they get so. It's like deer here. You know,
Yeah.
They hit them all the time. So, did you see the viral video of those elephants protecting their young in the earthquake?
No.
Well, then never mind.
One of those malarkey things that make you tug at your heartstrings.
Watch these elephants around the young.
They did.
Yeah.
I believe it was the San Diego Zoo. They had an earthquake, and all the adult elephants got their young in the middle and shielded them and protected them. And then Kamala Harris gave a speech about it, and she says that's what we should be doing is protecting our less fortunate.
You lost, Lib. Get off the stage.
It didn't land.
No,
Let me say that.
that's where we are.
It was criticized for sure. Chris is on the line to play. Hello, Chris. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. P1 here.
Thank you very much. 3 in a row right, and you win. Fact or crap? Aside from a brief bump in 2006, the teenage pregnancy rate in the U.S. has been continuously declining since 1991. And in fact, teen birth rates are now at their lowest levels ever. Fact or crap?
Crap.
No fact.
That is a fact.
I was glad to hear that. That's really good. I'm glad to hear
With
it.
at least one teen under your roof still.
Yes. And I'll say this, too. I think that's one thing that video games and social media has done for us. They don't need to jump in the bed together.
No, you don't see it.
Put
Truthfully,
your nose in your phone.
Yeah, that's right. Put your nose in your phone.
truthfully, you're right. It's because we aren't together as much.
Nose and phone, legs
Yeah.
together. That's what I'm saying.
Teens don't hang out together. They FaceTime each other.
Good. Good. I'm for that. I'm 100% in favor of being on your phone.
It's the one time you don't miss the good old days.
Damn right.
Leaning at the barbecue restaurant. Yeah, you hear about Gina? She's pregnant. Yeah, old Teddy knocked her up over there. My God, they're 17.
You're exactly right. I'm 100% for this. Jim, you're the last.
They took her baby. Yeah, the state took her baby.
Yeah.
Jim, you're the last player. Are you ready?
Yes, P1.
Thank you.
You wonder why I listen.
Yes.
I get it.
I understand.
Totally.
Fact or crap? The Savannah Hilton Head International Airport in Georgia has 2 graves embedded in the runway and 2 others next to the runway. The land was previously owned as a private family cemetery. Fact or crap?
That's fact.
It is fact. That's exactly right. Well done. 2 more and you win. Fact or crap? Dinosaurs existed before flowers. Scientists believe that flowering plants evolved as a response to dinosaurs because plants needed protection against vegetarian dinosaurs. Fact or crap?
Let's say fact.
You're right.
Wow.
1 more and you win. That's fascinating. 1 more and you win. Fact or crap? We call actors' parts roles because in the 17th century in France, they got their scripts on rolls of paper. Fact or crap?
17th century. It's about what Shakespeare. I'll go fact.
And you're right. Well done. I tried to fool you on those and simply could not do it. I'm impressed by that.